Grandmasters Duel Championship. We are on Evil off the beginning. He's got the red armor to start with, and already we can see that no one has died. Maybe though, massive rocket at the beginning. How does Rapha find this damage so quickly?
Sneaking it through the window. Evil's going to be already taking a bit of damage here, but Rapha's going to have yellow and mega health. Evil anticipating the move through the teleporter. There it is. He's on top of the stairs, ready for that red armor, but he might need to give it up, especially after that rail, forcing him off that position.
Wow.
But Evil is not expecting Rapha to already be there. That 50 health is such a trap. He left the red armor up knowing that it would buy him enough time to get in front of Evil and take him down for that first frag. But he's being really aggressive for number 2 perhaps. He really wants this mega health, and he may or may not get it. He's only down to 100 health. Evil's gonna be able to get that mega and get out of there. He's looking for the rail, doesn't quite get it. Rapha down to 85 health himself, 5 seconds left to the red, and being up here might not be the best place because that allows Evil to get this rail. And there it is, tying it back up 1-1 as Evil takes away both mega and red armor, and he's primed and ready to find Rapha once again.
Massive clutch shot there from Evil. Rapha was really hoping he could hold on to that red and at least from Evil, but he goes out the bounce pad. It's 2-1 now for Evil, trying to make a comeback in this series, which he's currently trailing in.
He's got precious few seconds to get up on Mega. In fact, he's going to leave it up and just hope to get more damage against Rapha. He's able to safely collapse back to that Mega, and with 1 second left to red, Rapha's going to be there, but is he really ready for it?
The LG
is going to be so strong. He can get so close, but cannot connect with the red armor, giving this a decent 2-frag lead here already. Definitely a different tone from Lost World already.
Is he going to be able to find Rapha again? Or is Rapha, I can imagine he'd just be slowing down. He's showing his face once more. There's still seconds until this big item's up, but Rapha's going for damage. It's the last barrel will get the kill for either of them. Both of them very tense right now. Evil wants that red armor, spawns in 1 second and just about dodges that shot.
And Rapha doesn't even get the rail on the red armor. This gives Evil both items essentially for free. It's really hard for Rapha to challenge the Mega after not getting that connected shot.
Wow.
Oh, jeez.
How did he land that?
Yeah, pixels.
Vicious.
Pixels. Jeez, and Rapha turning it right back against him. Evil still looking at a great stack, but he might need to at least bait this next item out. It's going to be the red armor coming up over the top there. It's going to be clashing almost right on it. No, Rapha actually leaves it up. He's looking perhaps for the trap opportunity, and even Evil's looking for it.
I think Rapha at this point, he doesn't have any armor. He's just got to hope that he can stay away from Evil, steals a couple of those yellows over the next minute or two. We're only 2.5 minutes into this game. Rapha can go back to a defensive style in order for himself to get in control.
It's absolutely doable on this map as well. As you can see, Rapha is trying to just throw out a rail and disappear. And he's rocking 46% rail accuracy at this point. Evil's pretty close at 45 himself. So trading is not really going to be in Rapha's favor, but if he can get a few unanswered rails, that could certainly even the tables.
It's taking a long time for Rapha to build up that stack though. Evil needs to find some damage during that time. He knows exactly where Rapha is, but landing those shots to stop Rapha getting to 200 armor is going to allow him to keep his lead for a bit longer. Without having to have a big fight, Rapha shows himself for a moment.
This is actually almost an ambush there on Evil, but as soon as Evil looked around, Rapha wanted to get out of the room, and he fortunately got out of there without taking too much damage. But now Evil rocking around with almost a full stack completely, as you said, Zoo. Rapha's really struggling to get it up himself. With just a few minutes knocked off the clock already here, Evil's got to be enjoying this lead, but he knows that it's not enough to really solidify his one on Sinister here. And there's a rail like that that'll keep Rapha in his shell a little bit longer. He's going to be able to take away that 50 health without a whole lot of pressure, able to get out of the room as well, as we have Evil taking away one more mega.
That was a really important rail actually from Evil. Even though, he's found it again, but it's a sitting duck and Evil misses that. He's not going to be happy about it. But with that red coming up in a moment, he's got to force Rapha out of here. Rapha is looking for some kind of free damage. He gets one rail, but he needs a bit more than that, really. Rapha keeps on showing his face, trying to get some rockets to land.
Rockets, grenades, rails, he's just trying to get anything to chip down the stack that Evil's put together here. And to Rapha's credit, he's been able to get plenty of armor.
He's slowing down Evil so that he can't chase necessarily, and allows Rapha to get to a good armor stack. But Rapha's back down to about 100 armor.
And Rapha's actually brought himself up to 50% rail. With rails like that, Evil's gonna get a little bit more angry perhaps. He's looking for a little bit more damage, trying to force him off of this red. Certainly he's got to be annoying it by this point, so Evil doing the damage prior to getting that item just so he can get it safely. But man, now the rockets from Rapha are starting to get Evil second thoughts.
Very impressive rockets from Rapha. Evil cannot drop this mega. I mean, this is where
5-minute
the game could be won or lost if Rapha is able to steal it away. He's not got enough armor right now to have a realistic chance of getting it, but this is definitely a focus point for Evil over the next 5 minutes.
Absolutely. So Evil still maintaining the stack. Only 2 frags, but we're well over halfway through Sinister here. And here's Rapha dropping on down. A huge opportunity for Evil. Evil a little bit confused. Well, why didn't that go my way? Rapha got 1 rocket off on Evil before he left. And Rapper YA is going to be maybe a safe haven for Evil at this moment, but he's going to need to put some pressure on Red Armor. We have our tables turned in terms of position, but Evil's LG is going to be so strong here. Rapha picking up that armor.
No more LG left for either of them.
And Evil has to leave it up. He cannot solidify that frag, but here's Rapha with the rockets. Can he get him off the Mega? How did he survive that? Evil's armor is completely gone now. Rapha is still so low on health, but you can see that Evil's now having to turn his speed up to 11 just to evade these shots from Rapha. But unfortunately for him, he's just running into them now.
Oh, he's got to get back now. Rapha's going to chase for the kill. He gets the rail. It's 2-3, and Rapha may have just reacquired control.
Well, it's a long time before items come back up. Rapha's not going to be much less than 100 right now, so there's a few precious seconds where Rapha needs to figure out where he needs to be on these items. Mega's going to be up first, but it's going to be asking for a fight. He doesn't really want to commit to it, and if he didn't want to before, that rocket's definitely going to make him twice. So Rapha dropping down for YA. He left up red armor, interestingly enough. He could have pretty easily gone from Mega. He didn't drop down, he didn't commit. He could have gone and make the grab.
He's worried about making too much of a risk. He doesn't want to get stacked up a bit. He gets a direct rocket on Evil, but he's now in the lower area. It's not going to be possible for him to get that up without creating a huge risk for himself. So he's going to back up.
And this is fine, really. He's got enough time. He can kind of take these slow frags. He can keep playing this slow
He
game.
grinded it, exactly.
Yeah.
He grounded out and managed to get himself 1 frag closer. And he knows that he's just going to have to, again, get a successful fight at the Mega. Even though Rapha didn't get a fight at the Mega, that's where his control stemmed from. Evil pushes forward, does take a rocket from Rapha, and is going to be forced away.
As long as Rapha's hitting 52% rail while Evil's only hitting 29%, it's definitely an edge to have on the defensive side of this map. And right now, Rapha nowhere near defensive. He's on the warpath. He's looking for Evil. He's looking for a fight that he can get the first and last shot in. As he puts pressure on the teleporter going into red armor, he's making sure that Evil cannot bother him while he's stacking up here. Yeah, this is good. He's actually dropping in though. He's going to put all the aggression on this. He's going to be forcing Evil back over to red armor, knowing that's not going to be available.
He's found it
on the way down, and that ties us back up.
We've got a bit of a timeout at the moment. Well, we can have a look at some of the stats for the time being. Rapha's mouse frozen, apparently.
Looking over, and he's using a WMO, which is really, my weapon of choice myself. But I do know that they have maybe, if you're using them roughly, maybe a 6-month lifespan. Hopefully today isn't the day.
No, let's hope not.
You should have one in a holster. It's ready to pop it out. They're $10 on eBay.
Are they still going? Are they still going? I didn't even realize.
They're harder to find these days, but you can get them.
Well, those moments though from Evil, he should be trying to adopt this kind of defensive playstyle that we saw Rapha using on Lost World. But running down, and obviously Evil made a read that Rapha is going to go elsewhere to try and chase for him. It was a big risk. I think Evil also wanted the 50 health bubble, and maybe it was too obvious, so obvious that it kind of, you have those mind games going back and forth. So Evil losing out his lead.
3, 2,
I think we're getting back into it right now. And let's see if Rapha's good to go. It looks like he is, so
all right, cool.
We are set.
All right, guys, final 2 minutes and 10 seconds on the map, and we've just seen this thing tie up 3-3. Rapha with a lot of map advantage right now, and you can see that he's eager for this next fight. Evil, no armor. He's 1 rocket away, 1 rocket splash away from getting knocked down. Here comes the LG.
That's going to be another. 4-3. Evil is found just sitting near the Mega. It's not spawning anytime soon. Definitely a fight he should not have been a part of. He didn't have enough weapons, he had pretty much no armor. And Evil, what's he doing out here? He's looking for some miracle rockets. He's getting a considerable amount of damage. Oh my god, Evil, I cannot believe he got out of that alive. But he's still not out of it. He's still in the room. Rapha looks for the vertical rail.
Evil was looking for it as well. That could have gone either way so easily. We still have a lot of time before major items come up. Rapha was able to take away that all-important 50 health that, as you mentioned, Rapha was able to make very effective trap usage out of earlier.
I think we're going to get a split on the items as well. But Evil, he wants to get himself onto the Mega. The red, sorry. He might be able to take both of them if he's fast enough. But Rapha, he's quick to get to the exit.
And moving through that teleporter through the water is just too much of a risk at this point for Evil to play with. But Rapha was able to hold down Mega Health and a little bit of armor. He's able to take away another yellow. As we enter our final minute, Evil now playing out of position, out of control, needs to do as much damage.
Switched over to Evil. Oh, we have to see if he can make this comeback, but he's going to have this red, but Evil gets shot down by another rail. He's able to escape. Is there going to be the 50? He's chucking that. Rapha not putting too much pressure. Evil known for some solid LG, but is he able to connect with enough? The Mega coming up next. Rapha not going to give this one up. 30 seconds to go. Evil, he's dropped down already. Very aggressive. He's maybe got time for one more red.
Well, at this point, even without the frags, if Rapha keeps hitting rails like that, Evil will have very little justification for moving in and trying to force a fight against Rapha. So 20 seconds, Evil taking away that red armor finally, dodging over one rocket. He can't exactly chase Rapha here, but he can maybe meet him in the red armor room, wondering where he is,
10
trying
seconds.
to catch him. And Rapha might just be going for the slow game.
Evil,
He's on the back
trying to find him. He goes up the bounce pad, but Rapha, he's just legging it right now. He shows his face once, but he's still got enough health and armor. It's 2-0 for Rapha. The pressure is real right now on Evil, because we're going to be moving over to Elder next, and this was not a map that went in the way of Evil when we saw the last series.
A little surprised to see it called up once again. And this is, of course, a relatively new map in Quake Live. It has a few new mechanics. It has things like doors and moving platforms, and a key even, made by its very own Sync Error. So give it up for Sync Error. Of course, bringing a lot of this tournament to us as well. It's been a fantastic 3 days.